to success or to whatever success means to you, you will uncover dips. You will uncover fracasos or temporary defeats. And it's up to you to keep going because success is not guaranteed to anybody, but the struggle always is.
So you think that to be successful in business is a matter of luck or preparation and effort?
I think it's consistency, effort, having what I call urgent patience, paciencia urgente. Doesn't mean that you're just it doesn't mean that you're just going to sit back and, oh my God, I'm entitled to this, right? Because I don't feel that anybody's entitled to anything. But también poner la urgency of actually taking action, porque mucha gente dice, no, pues yo soy nacido aquí, yo me merezco tanto. Or I open my doors, so if they open, they will come.
Right.
And it doesn't work like that. I think for me, you can prepare, and it depends on the human nature of what you are. Because for me, yo era el que me tiré del avión sin un parachute, and I had to build my parachute on the way down.
Right.
And there's other people that are not like that. So for me, yo soy bien riesgoso. Good thing I married a woman that she's an analytical. So sometimes she saves me from like things that I shouldn't be doing. But así soy yo. I just need to. My philosophy is ready, shoot, then aim again.
So, yeah, amazing. So, what happened the first day when the site went live? Was after a long time or it took you a long time?
Well, I opened my Facebook page and my Instagram page. Those are free. Son gratis.
Right.
So, that I did in December. And then I started actually kind of like selling on direct message. Like, I didn't know how to ship. I didn't know how to charge. Like, literally, like, hey, here's my bank account number. Ve, deposita y ahorita te lo mando. Hasta cuando eso se empezó a agarrar un poquito de momentum, es cuando, oh, cool. Like, let me invest this little money into a website. And I got super excited. In the first 10 minutes, I got my first sale.
Wow.
And then, for the next 3 months, nothing. Crickets. Wow. Like literally, like I got so excited, and it was like, seriously, I think that was just a damn tease.
Your first sale
in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes probably was a relative of you. Or somebody that
I actually have that person's name, which is not my relative, but I actually have that.
Aunt.
Yeah, esa persona like literally, I want to reach to them and put them in a certificate because out of now that we're making millions, that right there was my first sale.
Right.
Como hay gente que pone el first dollar que hicieron en su tienda, they frame it. I need to put him, and I need to like he's the one that started it all.
Yeah, it's great.
But he teased me because, the world, the universe teased me because I got it so quick that I thinking, like, man, in 10 minutes, imagine if in every 10 minutes of 24 hours, I can make one sale. Like, dude, watch out, Jeff Bezos. Pero no, then after that, and that's where it got really, really like, okay, cool. This is business. It doesn't matter if it's an online business or a physical storefront or you're a real estate agent or whatever. It's tough. It's tough everywhere.
So you are in business 3 years.
4 years.
4 years now. What was the worst or biggest mistake you have ever done in relation to your business?
Man, the biggest mistake. I love my people, and all my product comes from Mexico. It's made by artesanos, but it's not a face-to-face. So at the beginning, I did a lot of faith business, like a handshake business. So in the meantime of connecting my network, porque yo no conocía a nadie allá. So yo tuve que hacer muchas llamadas, hacer mucho negocio con la fe y mandar dinero para allá. And I got burned a lot. Yo me quemé. I spent, from the top of my mind, I think in the first 2-3 years, gasté siquiera unos $30,000 que nomás se desperdició because I sent the money con la promesa que se iba a mandar el producto, and afterwards they never responded.
Oh, wow. How did you change that? Now you have contracts or something?
Correct. Now it's more, we build on relationships. We go, there's family. So what we try to do business with is like with people that fulano me recomendó tal. Now that the business kind of like we have the most important part, which is the network. Now we talk to one person that we already been doing business for 3 years, and we ask them like, do you know somebody that does this?
Right.
Yes, I know somebody. Knowing that that person is putting their neck on the line for us. Like for themselves.
Right.
So el network después de 4 años ya se abrió mucho en México, donde ya tengo artesanos de Zacatecas, Jalisco, Guanajuato, Oaxaca, Chiapas, Michoacán, like literally anywhere que sea Nayarit, donde sea un producto que es hecho artesano, That's now our network has opened up.
So tell me more then about your site or your operation. What is it, what you sell exactly?
So our
products.
The products son artesanía, so artisan work. So what that means is it's not made in big sweatshops like mass manufacturing. It's actually families que se han pasado de tradición. Su papá hizo for example, la gente que me trabaja ahorita, que me hace guaraches o trajes charros, es porque esa arte se la pasó su papá. So esa arte se ha pasado por generación a generación. So yo lo que vendo es trajes charros, sombreros, botines, blusas poblanas, arte huichol, guaraches, everything that's made by Mexican artisans.
So it's made in Mexico.
It's made in Mexico.
So you import it. And is that difficult to do?
It was, because I didn't know how, again. Like, I throw myself off the plane. Yeah, and then afterwards, we start actually knowing people, and now we have people in Tijuana that actually do the paperwork for us. Y pasan para acá todo el producto.
So you have everything now set up.
Correct.
And you're...
Yeah, and what we do a lot, same thing with Amazon, they do have their lines, they have their own products, but a lot of our products are drop shipped from other warehouses that are in LA as well.
Oh, okay. So you figure it out. Now, it's a big difference since when you started to today?
Oh, yeah. Now we're shipping out 1 order a day, then 10 orders a day. Now we're shipping out 100 a day. Like, it's a big logistical operation where we have to have a system, you know? That's why franchises are so important, because you're buying a system that works. And for me to figure out that system, it cost me a lot of money, a lot of headaches, a lot of, depressions, a lot of sleepless nights. But at the end of 2018, we figured out our systems. Ahorita nomás is like oiling the machine, just like actually scaling. So right now we're in the scaling part.
What's the most difficult part of your operation?
Marketing, the consumer, because
acquisition.
Correct, and I feel that that's the most important part, because while everybody else is competing for products, like I want to have the best product.
Right.
Or I want to get my connect in Mexico or in China, however you do business, you forget the most important part, which is the customer. And they're not customers, they're human people. So if you treat them right, and like I tell everybody, I know you're talking about a product, a physical product, but my main product is customer service, the customer experience. That's my main product.
That's very important.
I tell everybody, from all my employees, customer service is not a department, it's the entire company. I don't care if you're my brother that ships out products, or I'm my sister's in marketing, or you're the accountant. I don't care. Your primary product is customer service.
Where do you learn that from?
You learn it. I don't think you learn it. I think you just are a person. So we don't hire by
instinct. Somebody had to inspire you, because that's a philosophy for the most successful. You have to
care. You have to care for your customer, for your client. For me, the Mexican and the American flag is what means the world to me.
Right.
Like, literally, that means the world to me. So every single person that comes in contact with my company, it's a Mexican American or part of Mexican descent. I'm talking to my abuela, I'm talking to my mama or mi papa, or I'm talking to my friend. Like, literally, they're my peers. And I got to talk to them like they were my family.
Right.
So we break our backs. We literally break our backs for our customers.
So let's talk about fulfillment for a little bit. So you know that one of the issues with the e-commerce is the cost of the returns. So, 30%, statistics. Mm-hmm. I don't know what kind of statistics you have or average. 30% is return. 30% of what you sent out is returned to your shop. How do you handle that? Because that's very expensive.
I think it depends on the product that you have, because for me, how I took care of this is that I'm not competing with anybody. Like, I became I was an early adapter in this, because no one believed in it. No one believed that like my dad or my abuelita was going to purchase something like this, right? So everybody was like, good for you. Like, how cute, you're starting an online business. So they kept doing their
like millions.
Correct. Yeah. So what I did was I created a market. Instead of like competing in an ocean of sharks where the ocean is completely red of blood and competing, instead of focusing on that, I created a whole different market, and I'm the only shark in this ocean.
The blue ocean.
The blue ocean, correct. Yeah. So what I did is that. So I already knew that from, again, learning and reading a book. Like, don't compete, create. So don't do that. So what I did is like, you know what?
Let the other fight for the product, the same customer or whatever.
Let them. Let the other show. Yeah. So the thing is that like, and I found a problem, and I found a big problem. Porque I'm a big believer that people don't buy drills because it's the best drill. They buy the hole that the drill makes.
Right.
So what I had to do is I had to find the hole. And when I found the hole was like, you know what? I couldn't even find a little trajecito charro for my son in LA. I'm talking about I live in LA. So it was really hard. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm having this problem, like there has to be other people that are having this problem. So then that's when the whole idea came for Charro Azteca. And to my surprise, I'm in LA, but my majority of my business goes to the other side of the country. Right. I send sombreros to Alaska, to Florida, to Maine, North Carolina, Virginia. I'm talking about majority of my business goes the other way.
Very interesting. Now, again, in terms of fulfillment, packaging and all that, un sombrero de charro is a big item, correct? It's very different to boots or to the tie or whatever. So you have to...
The customer decides, the customer decides on what to pay. Like, and I do offer free shipping. And guess what? At the end, I am not trying to make a customer on one transaction.
You offer free shipping?
Correct. I offer free shipping.
Free returns also?
Free returns and free exchanges for 30 days. So I am standing my ground at customer service. I'm not just going to talk the talk. I'm going to walk the walk. So when I say that we have a 30-day exchange policy, we have it. And we pay for the shipping back and forth if you offer that, if you choose that shipping.
Right.
At the end, there are products that we don't make money. But I have the most important thing, which is the trust of the customer. And it might not come directly from that one customer, but he's going to or she's going to recommend me to the tia, the primo, like, oh, I bought this from Charro Azteca. And if you see my reviews on my website or on social media, like, I am so damn proud of my 5-star service. I only have 2, 1-stars, and those haunt me every single day. Como, right. Es como el portero de soccer. Los que duelen son los que entran, no los que salvaste. And those are the ones that hurt me every day, and that's that's what reminds me. And yeah, you're right. Like, a sombrero costs a lot of money to ship. Well, guess what? For me, it's worth more the person being so happy that they're able to, like let's take, for example, in Alaska, that I'm able to provide a charro suit that they have nowhere close to get.
Imagine that.
But now that, because of that one person, now they get to recommend me to their families and their friends. Now they have a good image about us. So I'm not trying to... Jeff Bezos says this, if you're in an online business, you got to play the long game. You can't play the short game. So if you're talking about 30% profits, sad to say, that's instant gratification. You're treating your customer like a number, and I'm not treating them like a number. I might be ignorant, right? But I have faith that by me treating them well, by giving them great service and a good price and good experience with Charro Azteca, the word is going to, word of mouth is going to spread.
Right. So to me, every time that I talk to an entrepreneur, I can actually set the difference between the ones that read a lot. They are in the process of always learning, and the other ones that are just reacting, correct, to what happens. Both are successful in a way. But I am not sure if the ones that are not well studied in terms of self-learning, autodidacta, as we say in Espanol, they have the long run. Probably it's going to be shorter because it's more like you need to learn to open new windows to your life. Isn't that accurate?
Yeah, and that's when it comes to education. Like, for me, I learned very young after school, and I dropped out of college on my second year, was that the word education, if you actually look it up on Webster, education comes from 2 words in Latin, educo. Educe, from within out. The word education literally means to educe from something that you already possess inside of you and bringing it out to the real world externally. So education. So I guess when you say educated person, it could be because maybe they knew just how to plantar maíz and they used that to create a multi-million-dollar company. So I feel like you always have to keep learning. You have to keep an open mind. As soon as you say, I know everything, that's cancer for your mind, right, that you know everything. But I think I could learn from everybody. I could learn the good and the bad. I just feel that your true education